Hi there, I'm Sensei Tracy, and this video is about how to do a side kick. So follow me over to the punch bag and we'll get started. What they're doing while I'm kicking, you don't want to have your pants rolled up like this when you're sparring with a partner in kumite, because toes and fingers can get caught and broken in those with the speed of our kicks. So starting stance, in a traditional training, we would be in a long low stance called kibadachi with arms out to the side for balance. And this is the best way to train for kicks. First of all, it trains the legs to be very strong and gives you the proper positioning for your pelvis rooted down to the earth. The legs are stronger when trained in long stances, because if you can do a fast kick from here, it's going to be even more speedy. Your hips are going to have much more rotation and strength when you're stood up in kumite. So this is a traditional stance for kicking, and this is number one, and then this is number two. A fighting stance. So number one, number two. And in both stances, the leg is going to cross in front, making up distance between you and the target, so that all you have to do is pull up the knee and thrust the leg out. So I'll show you that again. In a traditional stance, kibadachi, arms are out to the side, legs are low, tailbone is rooted to the earth, and all you do is step and then bring the knee up. And of course, as I've talked about in my video, front kick feet, which has been very popular, thank you YouTubers, the knee comes up in the kicks before anything else. If you're not bringing the knee up, you're basically doing a side stretch with your leg, and that's not going to be a very effective kick. So in this traditional stance, we're moving into the target, and we're bringing the knee up for one of those three kicks that I talked about. So the side snap kick moves under the target with an upward force. So that's a really good kick for coming under somebody's guard and striking to the groin or under the chin. So once you've got your leg up here, ready to do the side snap kick, it goes under the target. Boom, okay? Underneath the target. So side snap kick is not a great kick to hit the abdomen. Not that the abdomen is an effective, super effective target anyway. It's hard to hit the pressure point. But the side snap kick would be very good to come under the guard, going up to the chin, or to the groin. And I'm showing you a low kick on the back so you can see how the force works. So from here, you're stepping across and you're using the hip to snap up that leg, boom, underneath the target. And of course, if you're doing it to the chin, all you're gonna do is extend the leg higher from the knee, coming up and out. Now let's look at that kick from a guard stance. So this is a stance that you will train in as you get higher in belt or when you're doing kumite. And in this stance, again, you're putting your back leg in the front. So you're stepping across this way and coming up to the target. And you see, I'm just extending that leg while I'm talking. It's still lifting up that punch bag a couple of inches. So imagine how much breakage you're gonna get with that kick when you're really meaning it and you're not messing around. So the side snap kick is striking with this edge of your foot here. It might slightly hit the top of your foot, but it's basically equivalent to a ridge hand. You're striking with that edge of your foot. So on the other foot here. And I'll show you from the back what that looks like so you can follow. From traditional kibadachi stance, you're moving across and bringing that leg up, striking with the edge of your foot up. So that upward force is a side snap kick. A side thrust kick is a moving through. So while a side snap kick is moving up and you're using that edge of the foot, similar to the ridge hand, up, a side snap kick, all you're going to do is turn your hips a little bit more rotation in those hips and thrust the leg out. So the elements of that are the same. You're going to come from the same stance here. You're still going to move this front leg across, and you're still going to bring that knee up. But this time, instead of snapping out, you're going to turn the hips slightly and thrust out the heel. So it may not be the heel that lands on the target, it may be more of the bottom of the foot. But either way, if you can get that hip rotation around from here, come back, okay? So you're thrusting out with that kick. So side snap kick, thrusts up, and side thrust kick, thrusts around. There's a little bit more rotation in the hips, bam, to thrust out. It's a pushing kick. So I'm going to show you how I might use it from a fighting stance now, and you'll see that I can come from my opposite leg and do that thrust kick. So when you start doing the side thrust kick, you're going to start this way, bringing that leg across, making sure that that knee is nice and high, and then you're going to turn the foot over just a little bit more than you would for the side snap kick, so that it comes flat against the back, or more flat against the back. You youngins watching this might be able to get your hips rotated far more than this old sensei can. I'll show you the technique. You might be able to see it a little bit better as I use my opposite leg. So in a kumite situation, you can actually come across with the back leg and thrust that out, okay? So you'll see that I'm not snapping up with that ridge. I'm actually coming through and landing that kick. And again, I'm looking at the camera while I'm doing it, not particularly putting any force of it into it. It's still moving that bag quite a bit. So as you get up in rank and we'll practice with this, you can actually practice a little hop with that, you know, this way. Now, that's not to show off, that's to make up that distance between you and your target quickly. So if you're gonna do that hop, you wanna make sure your head is staying on one level and you're not coming up and down and wasting energy for the kick with that. So I said that there was kind of a hybrid version with this side snap kick or side thrust kick, and that's one where your hips are rotated even more, and it looks like you're gonna do a side kick from here, but actually you come around and pivot the hips all the way down to the floor this way. Again, coming across, but the hips are gonna pivot more down this way, and then it looks like you're doing that back kick there, okay, this way. So that is kind of a hybrid version between the side thrust kick, boom, and then a traditional back kick, which would start with the hips fully rotated this way and the legs shooting out to the back. So I'll show you one more time. The hybrid version between the side thrust and the back kick, you're just gonna have your hips between the two traditional kicks, and then you're gonna shoot that heel out. So good luck with the side kick. Remember to train those legs. A side snap kick is gonna use the ridge of your foot. A thrust kick, slightly more rotation in the hip. Even though the belt is not moving, it's still to the side wall, and you wanna try to get your heel and as much foot on the target to thrust as possible. And then with that hybrid version, The hips are between what we would see in a back kick and a side kick. They're kind of right here at this angle, and that leg is shooting out. Good luck.